We're going to get out of here when we come back. Top of the hour, as we've been telling you, our guest is in studio, Dr. Gerald Pease, and he is the team chiropractor for the Desert Chiefs. As you've heard, we've had Rosie Wellness on several times in the past. Desert Chiefs are 7-0, and this man is an integral reason as to why that is. When we come back on the Nova Sports Report live
on KCOD Radio, 100.1 FM.
As we've been promising you, top of the hour, 1 o'clock, you're listening to KCOD Radio, 100.1 FM, Palm Desert, California. And with us is Dr. Gerald Pease. I am saying that right, correct? Pease, like the food.
That's correct. Gerald S. Pease.
Yeah, so he is the team, or he is a chiropractor.
One of the two doctors for the Desert Chiefs.
Absolutely. How are you doing today, first off?
Oh, I feel great, and I'm so proud of our team doing so well.
7-0.
7-0.
First year in existence.
Yeah, it's
not even a year.
They work so hard at the practices, 2 nights a week since May, and then they come out to the games, and the coaches give them a pep talk. They are ready to go, and they come out ready to do battle.
Oh yeah.
They are great, these guys. You know what I'm impressed with is their integrity, not only on the field but off the field. I've gotten to know these guys over the last 3 or 4 months, and you know, they'll come to the sidelines during practices and get a treatment, and they are appreciative of what I'm doing. You can tell these are good guys. I'm honored to be working with these guys.
Absolutely, yeah, you know, because I've even heard them like, you know, as leaving the stadium or coming in like, hey, Dr. Pease, have a good night, or Dr. P, you know, have you know, thank you for doing all you do, and
that's right.
And they truly admire and respect you for what you do.
Well,
why don't you talk a little bit about what it is that you do?
Well, let me share with you how I got involved. Years ago in the 90s, Rosie Wellness, our general manager, owner of the team, the Desert Chiefs,
great friend to the Nova Sports Report,
worked in my office. I had an office from 1990 through 2004 in Indio, California. And Rosie in the early 90s was one of my front office receptionists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look, it's come around. Now you work for her.
Exactly. So I saw an interview that she gave on KESQ TV saying that she was going to be starting a team up, and when I saw that, I knew Rosie, and I said, this is for me. So I got on the internet, typed in Desert Chiefs on Facebook, as anybody can do, become a fan, just go to Facebook, type in Desert Chiefs, you can get right in there and join in. And I left a message for Rosie to call me back that I'd be interested in any way that I could, whether it be on call or on the sidelines, certainly on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And she said, why don't you come to our practice tonight? This was back in May, 3 months ago, and meet the coaches. I introduced you to the coaches. Wonderful. When I get there, one of the coaches says, Dr. Pease, it's Bill Myers, our head defensive coach.
Oh, fantastic.
And Bill Myers says, he turns to the other coaches and says, Dr. Pease and I go way back to 1990 when Dr. Pease and I work on the sidelines of the Junior All-American Football from 1990 through 1993. And as you said, it comes full circle. And now we're back together. And I felt, I got Rosie with me. I got that. And
that is both the blessing and the curse of the Coachella Valley. Is everything comes full circle sooner or later. Everybody knows everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the blessing and the curse of this valley.
That's funny. Full circle of the Coachella Valley.
So you are a current licensed chiropractor.
Yes, 29 years in practice.
29 years.
I started in 1984, graduating from the Los Angeles College of Chiropractic. I worked 6 years in Orange County from 1984 through 1989 at 3 different offices, 2 years each, learning the business. Ready at that time to open my own office. I moved out to Indio, California, and had an office from 1990 through 2004, and then closed the office having a clientele that I said, why am I paying my home rent and home mortgage and office rent and the power bills and the phone bills? Yeah. Why don't I just go mobile? So in 2004, I closed the office, took a chance, stepped out of the office, and now I go to people's homes, a place of work, the gym. I treat a lot of boxers, some of our famous boxers.
Timothy Bradley?
Timothy Bradley. Yeah. The last time I treated...
Big fight coming up this Saturday.
Oh, boy, isn't that exciting against Marquez?
You know, actually, Rosie and I were talking about it because the game's on Saturday and the fight. We're talking about trying to find a way to, you know, convey the fight so people who are in audience for the Chiefs games.
I was concerned about this because we want people to show up to this game at Palm Desert, 7:30 at Palm Desert High School for the Chiefs. it's the 8th game of their regular 9 games.
Yep.
Right before we go to playoffs, and we've got this Marquez Timothy Bradley fight coming
Great
up
premier
on
fight.
the same night. So
Who do you got in that, Orlando?
I'm going Bradley, going for the Valley War.
Yeah, I'm with Bradley.
And you know what? It's gonna be a tough fight. Bradley's in for a fight. Marquez and Pacquiao and all the. You know what?
Yeah.
The argument can be made that Marquez won all 3 of those fights against Pacquiao. The argument
argument
could be made.
Sure.
But
but
as fast
Pacquiao's
as
so
Bradley is, Marquez can keep up with him even at his older age, or I should say advanced
I
age.
figure that's one of Timothy Bradley's plans is to move around a little more than he did in the last fight with Provodnikov, the Russian fighter.
He
went toe to toe.
He did.
talk about going to battle. 12 rounds of toe to toe. Bradley is amazing.
He's a man. He is plain and simple. He is a man.
Yes.
So you got that going on. Obviously, you're pulling for Bradley. He's a client. He's a friend, I'm sure.
Now, I haven't treated him since the Pacquiao fight, and even prior to the Pacquiao fight, it was just to keep the healthy.
Yeah.
He is the epitome of health. When I put my hands on Bradley, the occasional time he wants me to treat him to just feel his best, it's like, you take your hands and you press down on 2x4? That's how hard his muscles are. It's amazing how healthy. And I hear, I don't know the specifics of this, but he doesn't eat meat. He chooses, what is it, a soy type meal?
Yeah.
And can you be that strong? It's amazing you can be that strong.
Well, I know when I press on something that's really hard, it's usually when I'm digging in the bottom of an Oreo box, because I do not adhere to a strict diet, and it shows. It shows. Have you talked to him at all?
Yes. Yeah. In fact, I was north of Indio, all the homes on the north side. Yeah. I was just driving through to go to one of my patients' homes around 5:30 in the evening, just 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I passed in the neighborhood. You go through one of those gates, and I over there on the north side. So as I'm traveling through the residence area, I passed a golf cart. There's a little boy and a girl, maybe an 11-year-old boy or so, and a 3 or 4-year-old girl. And as I drive by, I go, you know what? I think I just passed Timothy Bradley. So I pulled on over, and he then, as the golf cart comes up to me, we're in the residential area, and I'm on my way to a patient. I have a few more minutes to get there. He goes, Dr. Pease, and I go, I just read your article that he brought in somebody from Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Where's he? Do you remember the name?
I don't remember the name.
To spar with him in preparation for this upcoming fight.
Somebody was sparring
and I told him that, and it turns out when we were practicing at the field, Rosie Wellmus would get us fields to practice on prior to our games for the Desert Chiefs. Yes. And part of them were at Freedom Field in off a country club over by the Gold's Gym.
Right up there. Yeah.
But other times she has us meet out at Thousand Palms on Robert Road. There's a park and school back in there in Thousand Palms. Yeah. And Bradley is also, he does a lot of community service.
Oh yeah, he loves giving back to this community.
Sure
it's his home. It's his home.
And he's a coach. I believe he's a coach, and the board of directors of the Junior All-American Football League, a coach also for one of the teams out there, and we see him practicing across the field.
Oh, you know what? I've coached against him before. I've coached against him, and he is very intimidating, but he's not one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. And you know what? He's very humble. Very humble. Actually, when I was coaching at Xavier High School, I was coaching football there. He came out and spoke to the kids. That was a really cool moment.
Yeah. And turkeys at Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
He donates to the needy.
Yeah.
Talk about needy. I just want to say, Rosie Wellmus, she not only is the
you're calling Rosie needy. Whoa.
She also does she has another, what is it called?
Rosie's Kids.
Rosie's Kids. Well, it was at a donation. Yeah. But people can go, again, Facebook, and they can type in Rosie's Kids.
Yes.
Go, just click the like, and learn all about the possibility of either donating as a sponsor to the Desert Chiefs, as I mentioned earlier, or to Rosie's Kids. These are 2 organizations in the Valley that are nonprofit that are helping, in the case of Rosie's Kids, anonymously donating Christmas trees, food, putting food of needy people through the Unified School District.
Yeah, she's an angel.
Yeah, she really is. She's just wonderful.
Let's get back to the Desert Chiefs.
Okay.
You're on the sidelines for every game. Mm-hmm. Injuries are a part of the game. Talk about a little bit of your personal procedure and what you go through when you're treating the players.
Well, I just want to just say that during the practices, just a couple weeks after I arrived,
Yeah.
Rosie brought in a medical doctor, Dr. Wu.
Yes.
And he's a young doctor right out of medical school with 2 years specializing in sports medicine. He played hockey, ice hockey, up in Canada.
He's tough.
In Toronto. Coming down to University of Pittsburgh Medical Schools, his senior year was head residence. So we have, in addition to my being the chiropractor for the team, we have a medical doctor that offers excellent diagnosis when the players come to the sidelines. So we have myself. I'm
coaches.
I want to tell you, on the home games, I just am so, appreciate the abilities of Dr. Wu at such a young age. You know, again, I've been a chiropractor for 29 years.
Yeah.
This guy, he's just so wonderful. The questions he asks the players, first of all, we want to know they can breathe. They got a pulse. Then you want to know they know where they are. And then we want to ask them where the injury is. We want to check for motor, sensory. We want to make sure they can feel. And then we're going to decide, depending on the extent of the injury, whether we want to move them or not. The game stops. Everything stops until we make sure it is in the best interest of the player that we can bring them up. Sometimes, and of course with the Desert Cheese, these are big guys. Oh, yeah. We have guys well over 200 pounds. We need wave over a couple of other big football players to carry them off. But it's a lot of fun. It's exciting. We're right on the sidelines, and you can hear those shoulder blades and helmets crash.
Oh, yeah.
It is amazing. These guys here, they are. Our team is not the biggest team, but we're fast, smart, great hands, excellent quarterback.
Mobile, hostile, agile.
Wow. Desert Cheese. Go Desert Cheese.
Football done right, man. That's what I've been saying. We're going to step out for a break. Can you stick around with us for a little bit longer?
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to another music break. When we come back, we are going to touch upon everything else that we've missed and also finish up with Dr. Gerald Pease. Are you here? Are you with us? Can you do your line? Are you
Yes,
good?
I'm good.
Okay, right here.
On KCOD Radio, 100.1 FM.
Back here on the Nova Sports Report, live on KCOD Radio, 100.1 FM. That was Justin Timberlake.
It was Justin Timberlake.
Why was it Justin Timberlake?
Why?
Orlando?
Yes.
Really?
What?
It's not even from his new album. It's not Justified.
I like that album.
Why don't we play new music on this show? This is why nobody listens to us. That and... Well, who wants to listen to us?
Yeah, I know, right? God.
I'll tell you someone who does want to listen to us, and, well, actually he's not listening, he's kind of sitting here. That is Dr. Gerald Pease, who is the team chiropractor for the Desert Chiefs. They're undefeated, Orlando. 7-0.
They are undefeated.
The only undefeated team in the Valley, and this man is an integral reason. Welcome back, Dr. Gerald Pease.
Thank you. I'd actually like to just sit here and watch you guys. This is a great show, and I got a front row seat.
You wouldn't want to watch us.
It's
violent. You might get some blood on your shirt.
It does get violent here.
Yeah. Sometimes I stab him in the jaw.
But this Saturday, you guys, them playing at Palm Desert High School.
Our alma mater.
I know.
Oh boy.
You went to Palm Desert High School?
I did.
You too?
Yeah.
We actually met at Palm Desert High School. We've been friends.
I did like that. What years you guys go?
I was 07 is when I graduated.
I graduated 2010.
You guys are kids. I just turned 60 October 1st.
No. You just celebrated your 10th anniversary.
And I feel young. I feel great.
I turned 22 in
You're
December.
so energetic. You're so positive and upbeat.
Thank
You know, who wouldn't want to have this?
But let me tell you, when you get 60 years old, you're going to feel great.
If I get 60 years old, I'm going to be depressed because I'm 60 years old. I'm not going to be able I can barely move the way I used to 1 year ago. I don't think I'm going to be able to move that much.
Quality, not quantity.
But you know what? Maybe if I go to see you, I can move a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
And you are
Keep the healthy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to eat healthy, but... baby steps, Doc, baby steps. You are a mobile chiropractor. Tell us a little bit about what that means.
Well, in my case, I choose to bring the equipment to a person's home, and in the privacy of their home, I have a massage table. A 23-pound massage table. I bring it in one hand, and what's called a G5 massage. It stands 3 foot tall. It's not a handheld massager. It's a piece of equipment that has a soft applicator, but yet a cable that the motor is on the other end. So, and this is why I treat a lot of athletes also, is because if they want that massage deep, this mechanical massage deep, this machine won't bog down. unlike the ones.
Athletes are babies too.
Yeah, they are.
And on the other hand, an elderly lady that might want it very gentle, it can just gently purr across her. And I spend about 20, 30 minutes relaxing the patient. Now, this is something that sets me apart from when I had the office. In the office, you have to go room to room.
Yeah.
And in my office, in the 90s, I was getting over 30 people a day. And then pretty soon you're only getting to spend 5-10 minutes with each patient.
You can be personal with
You're moving all day long. So by going mobile, I was able to slow down, spend 40 minutes plus one-on-one with the patient, so they get one-on-one care with the doctor, 40 minutes, time to ask all the questions, time for me to get an understanding of their body, time to relax them in preparation for the adjustment.
Yeah. And who wouldn't want to spend 2 minutes or 40 minutes with you? Come on, you're so positive and upbeat and awesome. We got your flyer right here. Some of the things that you offer.
You offer $60 a visit, travel fees, and that's the great thing because when, say you're ordering pizza, they charge you to travel.
If you're ordering pizza, I don't think you'd want to do it when a doctor's around to tell you you're eating unhealthy. Let me fix your bag.
Yeah. I am okay with them ordering pizza when
exactly. Great food right there.
Being mobile,
then
the
you
things
get a piece.
You don't see when you're in the office. People do. Now I always. You know what I do except water? They'll say, "Would you like a water?" And especially in the summer months, of course. Yeah. And but they're fixing. A lot of times I'll be last treatment of the day, and it's getting to be their dinner time. They're cooking dinner, and of course they're going to offer you dinner, and of course I don't. And it smells so good. I leave some home so hungry. I mean, tacos, Mexican food, chicken, baking chicken.
Thanks a lot.
Love these things.
Thanks a lot. Now we're hungry.
We are.
Thanks a lot.
We go get food after this.
I'm going to class after this. I don't get a chance to get food.
Oh, I have to go to class after this too.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, doctor. You just made us very hungry.
What I like about the $60, there's no unknown fees. A lot of times when you leave a doctor's office, you go up to the front desk, they'll say, and that will be $230, please. There's no surprises here. You're going to pay $60 for the visit, and then you can have me when you want. Another thing is, doctors often want to get you on a program of care. I don't want to be on a program of care. I'd like to go to the doctor when I'd like to go to the doctor, when I feel I need to go to the doctor. And one of the things I offer is I want to give you the best treatment, one visit, and hopefully you feel good in one visit and you don't need me anymore. That way, now I have someone who remembers me in the future. It may be soon, it may be later, but they call me back when they want, they can afford, and I'll give them, I just want them to have a great experience, feel better at a reasonable cost, a doctor who takes his time, and again, 29 years experience.
So what is the 2 weeks for 40? Because I see that on your
about a year ago, with this economy, it's not been easy for people to. A lot of my construction workers 4 or 5 years ago just stopped calling. They couldn't afford. They're not working. So as an incentive, I want to be working, and I'd rather make some money than no money.
Yeah.
I want to be working. I want that phone to ring every day.
Why don't we get paid for this show?
I don't know.
So if you have a offer for the next 2 weeks following your treatment, now most people only need one treatment. But there are people that say, you know what, I'm halfway better. And remember, I tell you, I want people to call me when they want. So they may call in a few more days and say, I'd like another treatment just because I'm 50% better, I'm 70% better. But I think one more treatment will get me all the way better. And I say, and that's what I kind of let them know that first visit so they could, if they need to, call me. Well, anyway, now it's $40 for the next 2 weeks. They can get one more visit at $40 or several visits, but they're all $40.
Yep,
that's a great deal right there.
If they hadn't called me, in a year they call me, it's $60 again. And then for 2 weeks it's $40.
You know what? I am going to seriously think about. You know what I want to do? I think as a gift to the radio station, maybe I'll pay him for an entire day just to come in here and anybody at the station. Maybe as a gift. See, I'm a nice guy.
You are a nice guy.
I do go to a lot of businesses, and I won't mention the name of the car dealership, but I'll just say it was in La Quinta on Highway 111. I don't, to keep confidentiality as a doctor and their patients. But I came in and treated the general manager, and within the next week, he attached to their pay stub, if for your chiropractic needs, see Dr. Pease. And he has 60 employees. And then the next week, I went over there and I treated about 10 of their employees. These are people, car salesmen, in finance. About 10 of their employees.
Hey, you know what? They're on their feet all day. Job. They need it.
So I love it. I would love to come here.
Yeah, maybe we'll work
You know,
something
I
out.
want to share with you. I
Bring it up
take
at
the
the meeting.
east into the valley. It's from Palm Desert. I live in Indio, so a 20-mile radius for me. I don't want to be driving all day. I don't want to go signal to signal to light to signal.
Yeah, you don't need to go to Redlands.
And my office was in Indio, so most of my clientele was already on the eastern end. Coachella, La Quinta, Indio, Palm Desert, Thermal, Mecca, and Indian Wells, Bermuda Dunes. There's a lot of...
That's where I live.
And interesting, just on more the business side of it, you mentioned the state license. We have to be licensed by the state.
And you are currently licensed.
Yes, with ongoing education. 24 hours of, in fact, I just took X-ray, nutrition, technique, some classes updating, because you always want to stay updated.
Oh, yeah.
And...
Because you are a doctor. You have to, everything changes every, 5 minutes? Seems like. Like you said, you had your office in Indio for 15 years. Right. What is the most significant change that you've seen since stepping out of the office? Like, are you happy what you're doing? Obviously, you're happy with what you're doing.
I love the freedom. The freedom. I like that I can spend more time with the patient.
Yeah.
I like the freedom that offers. I can see things that I didn't see. I worked 20 years as a chiropractor indoors. Remember, 6 years for the other chiropractors, and then 14 years of my own office. You're looking at a wall. You may be introduced to one family member, maybe somebody's sitting in the waiting room waiting for them. But when you go to homes, there might be 3 or 4 family members sitting around watching me in the front room treat. Yep. Everyone's fully dressed. The massage, in fact, wants to glide on clothing. So a person's in their comfortable clothing. I get to meet the family. I may not have met the family in the office. Mm-hmm. I get to spend more time one-on-one with the patient. I combine physical therapy with chiropractic. There are some chiropractors there that, and it's wonderful. This is our specialty, is chiropractic. But if I can get the patient, spend a little more time with the therapies. I have electrical muscle stim, TENS unit, ice, moist heat pads, ultrasound.
Doctor, stop talking dirty to me. Ooh, get me kind of excited over here.
Being mobile, you can still bring all the equipment, and it's still within that $60 for that visit. And it relaxes the patient preparation for the adjustments.
We're talking to Dr. Gerald Pease here. He is the head chiropractor for the Desert Chiefs.
I want to say that in teamwork with Dr. Wu, he is our certified medical doctor. In fact, I want to share with you, when we run out in the field, you'll see maybe 2 or 3 of us attending to a player.
Yes.
Dr. Wu I let him take the lead. He just finished medical school. He just finished a 2-year program in sports medicine. Just took the boards down in San Diego for his new degree. He's got everything bright in his mind. I learned all this 29 years ago. I see a lot of it in my practice.
Yeah.
But in football, with the contact and the hits and the injuries, there are a lot of things I don't see in my regular practice that Dr. Wu is proficient in. He's just got out of school. He knows. In fact, interestingly, NCAA, he actually was a sideline doctor for for one of the basketball teams, I believe.
Oh, good for him.
What was that? Pittsburgh University.
And we were talking here off the air as we were in that last musical break, and you were saying that you actually see more injuries to our team in practice.
Our practices, these guys, they're giving their best during the practices.
Yeah.
The last 3 games, we really haven't had the injuries. I've attended to more players during the last 3 practices, in these last 3 weeks in preparation for each weekend's game, than I've treated. You'll have guys get the wind knocked out of them. You'll have a concussion. We actually had 2 guys' heads hit each other. This was a night when we didn't have helmets. So one night we weren't wearing helmets. 2 guys ran head to head. And so one of them just rushed right away, but the other one's still lying on the ground. So we've had broken bones. We've had dislocations. We've had a lot of spasms.
You had a coach split a lip.
Here's something interesting. When I first walked on back in May, it was midsummer, and we had just the first night I arrived, I was introduced and they put me to work. I had 3 guys come to sidelines with spasms, Charlie horses, due to the not being hydrated. So we've instilled in these players, you got to drink the Gatorade, you got to be drinking the water all day long, every day, not just at the games, not just at the practices, because these guys are cramping up.
Yeah.
I attended to 4 cramp. Now these guys understand it. I've seen 1 cramp in the last 4 weeks because these guys are staying hydrated.
Yeah, you know what? When I played all through high school, they never really harped on the hydration thing. It was never really instilled or taught upon us. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't really start learning it until I started coaching, and I was like, a lot of these kids are having problems Because they sit there and they eat the junk food all day and they drink the sodas and they come out to practice thinking, oh, I'm fine, and then they start moving around.
Yeah, they're not fine.
Then they're not feeling good. So that's something I have taken upon myself to install in my kids that I coach. Doctor, thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
This Saturday, the Desert Chiefs take on some team.
It's the Los Angeles Dragons.
Oh, did you finally make up with Los Angeles?
Well, it was the Los Angeles Ravens last week, so it must be another area of Los Angeles. They're coming on out. They're coming to Palm Desert. The game starts at 7:30. You might want to come a little early and watch them. They warm up out in the field. These guys, they'll have their helmets off, or you want to see what they look like before they play.
Yeah.
Maybe come out a little early and see their warm up. They are organized.
That's going to be 7:30 at Palm Desert High School. And Doctor, if anybody wants to get in touch with you to have even a consult or something like that, get looked at.
I will answer the phone. If they call me locally, the 760 area code, my phone number, they call 347-1503. 347-1503. They call that. I will answer. I will answer any questions they have. I'm not interested in trying to make them patient. If I can be of help, they can ask me to come on.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, daytime hours. Speak Spanish. Yeah, speak Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but through the years, I've learned enough to take
especially down here in the Coachella Valley.
And I can get an understanding of it.
Once again, this is Dr. Gerald Pease, 29 years experience. He is licensed by both the cities and the state of California.
Oh, that's
with a
right.
current license.
Exactly, cities too.
Yeah, and if you want to get in touch with him for a consult or even to follow, it's a great deal. $60 a visit or 2 weeks for $40. You can reach him at 760-347-1503. Dr. Jerry, thank you for coming out today.
I am honored to be with you guys.
Pleasure to have you out here. Absolutely.
I'll see you Saturday.
By the way,
you're going to be announcing the game. You'll be out there.
It's not about me. It's all about me.
Okay.
We're going to go to a musical break here. When we come back, we will finish you off.